Peace and blessings, elders, brothers, and sisters. It is yours truly, Amari. I am the founder of El Kebalan Unity Alliance. My queen, Amani Amari, is the co-founder. And we focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well-being. Additionally, the knowledge of self. We are business owners. We own a total of 3 businesses, one of which is real estate. We're real estate investors. And on today, we're going to talk about multiple things. Okay, so we're going to deal with, of course, our minds. This is the reason why the messages are entitled the Mastermind Session. It was just impressed upon my heart for me to deal with our mind, because the way you live is influenced by the way that you think. The way you perceive yourself in life in general stems from your mentality. So we're going to start with the session on today. Whatsoever is meant to be will be. What's not meant to be will not be. There's always a catch to that. What's meant to be will not be if you don't do what you need to do in order for it to be. Now, with that being said, we have to look at our lives and see whether or not we are doing what's necessary in order for us to achieve our goals. For those of you who don't have a goal, I highly encourage you to have a goal, because it keeps you from being stagnant in your life. A goal is something that will keep you motion. You know what I'm saying? In motion. Okay? You don't want to connect yourself to people who are motionless. For example, say for instance, you need someone to show you how to get somewhere. And you ask the person, can you show me how to get there? And they say, yeah, I'll show you how to get there. Just follow me. But the person never moves. How can you follow someone who is motionless? So the person that's motionless should be speechless. Why? Because they're not doing anything. So how can they tell you how to get somewhere when they themselves are not doing anything to get there? So how are they going to tell you how to get somewhere when they're not doing anything themselves? This is the reason why it's so important for us to know our life path and for us to stay on track, so that we're not distracted by individuals who's telling us, oh, come follow me, yet they're not doing anything that's productive in their lives, which means that they will have no fruit for them to glean from, because they're not toiling in order for them to be able to enjoy the fruits of their labor. So they won't have anything to harvest in. Okay? Now, I know some of us, we've taken tests. And for myself in school, I was told for me not to look at somebody else's tests. You know, this is very important, because I have myself handed out tests as a proctor. And some of them, even though they're in the same classroom, and they may be taking the same tests, however, some booklets, the answers to the problems are in different orders. So this person's number 1 may be your 2, and your 2 may be their 1. And you may be looking at their paper trying to get an answer, but they may have a different answer to solve their problem. In some people cases, they may have had a spouse that is on drugs or who is an alcoholic, right? And another person may be in the same situation. However, one person's spouse may be willing to transform their life, but the other person may not be. And so this person A, stayed with the person who was willing to put in the work to transform their life. And when they went to rehab, it not only rehabbed their personal life, it rehabbed their relationship, right? Okay, but then you got person B who sees person A, and then they try to stay with person B, but person B is not willing to do what person A did. So now their life is in a chaotic situation. So for person B, their solution to their problem was they were supposed to cut that person off because they were parasitic in their life and they were leeches and they drained them of their energy and resources. So, what it may take for you to do may not necessarily mean that you need to look at them, because what they had to do may be different. It's just like a diet. Some people may be on a certain diet that if you went on that diet, it wouldn't work for you. Okay? You'll gain weight instead of losing weight. Or somebody may be doing a workout that is causing growth in their muscles for them, but when you did that same exercise, it didn't work for you. It didn't cause growth for you, so you had to do something different in order for that to cause growth. So real life situation that actually happened to me in the gym. I had a friend who, he showed me an exercise and it worked very well for him in the gym. But when I did it, I didn't feel nothing, and I was doing it right, but it wasn't shocking my muscle. It wasn't doing anything for me. So I had to do something different, yet working the same muscle. So there is things that we have to do in our lives that will cause our mental growth. And it may take us to do something different in our mental growth and in our personal relationship and in our finances, okay, on our life path, okay? Because you try to look at somebody else's test and unfortunately may end up failing because the answers to your problems may vary. I thank you so much for tuning in to the Mastermind session on today. Again, I'm yours truly, Amari. Remember, keep your eyes on your test. Stay focused on what you need to do for your life, because sometimes you can get distracted and take a detour and you end up at a dead end in your life. I am the founder of El Kebanon Lifestyle. Remember, we focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well-being. Additionally, the knowledge of self. My queen, Amani Amari, is the co-founder. We thank all of you for your love and support. We pray that you and your family will be blessed and you enjoy your weekend wisely.